a little second to triple make sure. That is us up. Hello and welcome to... Oh god, I actually forgot. Hello and welcome back to round 4 of the F1 Championship. Today we'll actually be in the F2 cars, as I think there's a new addition to the season, adding a different element into this tier. We are in the Wally Neal tier, and we should be getting our, I think it's one-shot qualifying, if I remember. Pretty sure it will be one-shot qualifying, as everyone now puts on their setups to go around and get their first lap in. As when you try and pick someone to watch, I'm trying to remember, give something else, maybe give someone that it doesn't. Might go on with Ironkid actually on his qualifying lap today. And they make sure I get everyone on if we're doing one-shot qualies. I don't know actually. We'll let the game pick it for us instead of me picking it. So that'll probably be doing better. Because now we got the 30 seconds now, as everyone's got to put their setup on. Everyone's going to get it right here. They basically won't be allowed to change anything as soon as this one lap qualifying starts. So hopefully they get it right. As the game, who's it chosen? It's chosen Curly as the driver will be sitting on today for the one-shot qualies. We can now see the F2 car powering down the pit straight and just getting down the main straight as well. So we're pulling up to first corner, a very massive straight. That's probably where most of the overtaking will be done, is that big straight. Not as powerful as their older brother, the F1 cars are, but they're still powerful cars, the F2. Don't get them wrong. But I love the sound they make as well. I'm a big F2 fan enjoyer. I can say that. So you can see him go through the sector, try and get it all nice and tidy here. Double right-hander there, looks nice. So now he gets into the difficult part of Mexico. These fast and long corners here. It's very easy to get it wrong and go a bit wide and just invalidate the lap. But it does look like Curly is doing pretty well on his lap there, not invalidating. Nothing I've seen that could have invalidated his lap yet. You can really see who's really been practicing in the cars now. And I forget what team's which on this, so I'm gonna have to do this off of memory at one point. Just bad we're coming to the line, it's Rapid in pole position. We've already got 3 people that have DQ'd. As I'll try and get Thingy and up past the DQs as well. We'll go for the order quickly after the one-shot qualifying. It was a nice and tidy lap from Curly. You can hear them power down the straight. Oh. As we do see Rapid on pole, then FCT followed suit, then LOC, which would be the top 3 in the qualifying. Fastly in P4, DXT in P5, Ironkid in P6, Marshall in P7, Appledom in P8, Man's Not Bob in P9, Kosasar in P10, Brian in P11, Ralphie in P12, Curly in P13, Lange in P14, and everyone else behind did not put in a time as they just got disqualified for track limits. But it does line up as VDV P15, Josko P16, Passy P17, Jake P18, and I'm pretty sure that's the whole grid. I could be missing one. I think there's only 18 tonight. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, there is only 18 tonight, so. Tyre compounds, if we did see the super softs, I would imagine it's going to be super soft, but pretty sure this race will be the harder compound that you race on, so Probably a soft. Forget if you need to make a change in the first race. It's 14 laps, and then we'll go to 20 laps, top 10 reverses. If I'm pretty sure of these rules, unless they've changed. And if they do, then I'm not a real F2 fan. It's now we wait for everyone to put their race up. So I'll try to have a look and see what the tires is. Yeah, it's all softs. So it's definitely a 1. And no pit straight, so. No pit straight? Ugh. Couldn't even get my words out there. It'll be a no pit stop race, which I was supposed to say. Days. So I'm just getting everything set up on the other screen as well. I'm actually not sure when we go racing. Let me have a little look-see here. We'll be going in roughly a minute's time. Oh wait, no, it'll be flipped. Top 10's flipped this race. I forget it's this race that's flipped, and then the main race is normal. I forget that. It's one of the two. I knew it was one of the two, but it's this first race. Will be the flip top 10. So 10th is actually pole in this race, but in the main race, it'll be whoever was in pole gets it. So a little bit of a brain fart from me there, not remembering the rules, but we got there in the end. We got there. I'm pretty sure we're going on to the formation lap right now. These guys now line up. Already 2 disqualified off the start, maybe having a little bit of contact with each other. Not what you'd like to see at this point. As the cars are getting away, we're on board with Kossosar right now, yep. Pulling up. No stops this race. It's like the sprint race, basically. So we're waiting for these guys to get around the track and get on racing. Should be a lot of close racing on for tonight. This is now a straight number. Just try to get everything set up here as well. These guys are getting to their pit boxes now. Hopefully they warmed up the tire. The two boys that have not got around cleanly will have the colder tires of everyone around them. They won't be scrubbed in at all. Oh, as it looks like Costasar's not put his car in the right place there, so he'll start a little bit behind in his pit box. As I do this now, as I didn't even manage to do it before we get into the cutscene. It's now the 5 red lights are gonna go. They're on the way, and away they go right now. As you can see, it looks like it was a good start from Costasar, even though he was starting that far back. But here in Mexico, sometimes starting on poles is not the best place to be. As Marshall looks like he's creeping up the order there, battling Apeldoorn, but Costasar holds to P1 off the start. As everyone is, looks like there was a spinner back there. Yellow flag's already out, as it looks like Lange and DXT must have got caught up there. Hopefully those two boys can catch back up to the pack. You can already see them opening up. Look at these guys are at the back, close racing. So actually jump down to them. We're jumping board. VDV is looking to attack Ralphie into the fast left-hander here. Backs out of the end, gets on the grass, unsettles the car really, but manages to keep it going. But it looks like he's going to have a better run out of this corner to get on board, to get onto the back of Ralphie, but doesn't get alongside enough. Doesn't think he can make the move there. It's already another yellow flag behind. I think it's DXT again. It is. Really maybe struggling a little bit with the car right now. So we're back onto the main straight. Costasar sits fastest as it is the first lap in his first car, basically across it first. Ugh. As DXT's spun it again into the wall there. Gets the car going. I don't think any need for a safety car though, as it looks like someone was pulling out, maybe having a look there. I think it was Mr. Fassi having a look on the rear end of Iron Kids. Now Jake gets a 3-second penalty as Ralph is kind of tumbling down the order here. Josko, I think, goes defensive on Ralphie here, cuts him off, gets in front though, and Ralphie dropping a lot of positions. As you can see Jake up there, struggling a little bit on exit, I feel like. May have to get adjusted. We've got 3 penalties already. Brian, Jake and Passy all got penalties, but I'm not sure who for. So sit on board Ryan, kind of looks like he's clawing his way back up here, or clawing his way to the back of Marshall. No, not Marshall. Oh, yeah, Marshall. Jeez, I can't even read today. But nothing doing. Costasar trying to break that TRS from Apeldoorn really. It's staying about 8 times. We'll have the DRS detection down here. As you can see, Iron Kid set the fastest lap, showing some intent on these early bits. Can he use the help of the slipstream to get onto the back of Marshall? It doesn't look like it at all. Already maxing the car out in 6th gear. It's almost becoming a DRS train. Someone in the background. Sector 3, I think it's DXT again spinning. It's VDV closing up to the back of Josko right now as he retires from the session right now, so he'll be out in last place. Maybe just not enjoying these cars at all, I don't think so. We'll jump back up to Iron Kid. It's really closing it down, but the man behind him, the Pulsar behind him, chasing him as well, so he's got to make sure he can get up to the back of Marshall and not make that mistake to let the car behind him back. Is it possible for full back track? Yes it is. Sorry, I didn't even realise, I was too busy watching it. Hi Ship, how are you doing? F2, what we would love to see, as we can see the two moves there. Mr. Fassi, was it Mr. Fassi making the move on Rapid? Actually no, I think it was the other way around. Rapid trying to make the move on Fassi, but Fassi gets back out in front. I am loving these F2 cars. I love the sound of them as well. As they're bundling down the straight, staying in 6th gear. Don't get any higher than that though. already maximising the gear or rev limiter before they even make it. As Appledorn now picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings there, so that's really going to hamper him, especially with this almost train-like out in front, really. A lot of cars just stuck in this train, not being able to find a way past. As you can see, it goes all the way down to P8, which is crazy to think. You wouldn't see this in the F1, unless maybe you're in Monaco. There's a yellow flag out behind, and I think it is for Brian, who's just went off the track a little bit there. He's got back on, he's got going again. We go back up to the lead cars here. So it looks like Mr. Fassi trying to close in. Does have Rapid behind him. He's looking to make these positions up. Only going on to lap 5, as you can see Iron Kid out there. Again, they're not the best exit, but he manages to hold on position wise. But I think Appledorn's are very close to Costasar, and we can see the move for the lead here, especially with that DRS. He's got to make it past her, surely, with the DRS, and it does, and he manages to pull back ahead of Costasar up into P1 now. But can Marshall make that move to get to P2? He cannot. Because now Costasar gets a 3-second penalty. These guys struggling maybe a bit with track limits out in front. So it has become a race of the two. LOC now picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, as Marshall went deep into that corner, he's not going to have the best exit out of here. He's going to lose a bunch of time. As you can see, Iron Kid shoving it down the inside. I thought he was going to do it, but he doesn't manage to make it past, and now he's under attack from Mr. Fassi, who's going to hold it, but Iron Kid's not going to back out, so it looks like Mr. Fassi sorry, it's Mr. Fassi and Marshall both went off with each other. I think they might have touched the wall, but now it breaks the DRS between Costasar and Appledorn, and they might make an advantage with that now. Oh, it's now Mansell Bob with a 3-second penalty. Oh, it's Iron Kid just getting a little bit twitchy there. Appledorn's broke the DRS to Costasar, and Costasar's broke the DRS to Iron Kid. And now we'll see Rapid gonna have a make a move down here, as we do see a car behind. I think it's Jake as well. That is Jake. Spun it in the wall. We'll stay on board with Rapid right now because it's really quickly engaging. The car hit the max speed it can, and he makes the move on Iron Kid up into P3. Really doing a phenomenal race there, as it looks like Fassi into the pits. Jake retired in the car in the pits. I wonder if Fassi's going to come out maybe on brand new super soft tyres and get the car fastest lap and just get that way. Actually, I don't have a look. No, I'm just on fresh new softs, so maybe can't switch compounded tyres in this race. I forget that rule. I'm not sure if that is the rule there. But we'll go back down to positions changed, as it is a good start to watch. But already Rapid getting to the back of Costasar, showing that he's got some phenomenal pace and more of a DRS train around here. As he goes very much wide into that corner, I'm sure he's going to pick up a warning for that. You can hear him releasing the throttle there a little on the curbs, not wanting to get the curb set, but Costasar looks like he has. And I'm sure Rapid's going to pounce on that. He's going to have DRS, and we've seen how far you can gain without DRS. If you're gaining the car ahead, you can really gain with DRS, as you can already see Rapid already alongside and already out in front. But now Iron Kid's going to try and go down the inside. Of course, the SARS, it looks like they made a bit of contact, them two there, as now Iron Kid gets a 3-second. And everything seems to be kicking off. Very much in is going to throw this race into a bit of a pickle at the end with all these penalties. So we're only on lap 7 really. Saying that FCT will definitely gain a little from these guys fighting out in front. I wonder if Ironkid has any damage on his car. Doesn't look like he's got any front wing, not at all. Let's try and jump back to see is there any more close fights at the back of the grid. I think there is on Ralphie and Curly here. Both knockout penalties. Gonna have a go. Can Ralphie make the move into here? Thinks better of it. Just sits behind him. Doesn't want to pressure too much. Or he's just being smart and waiting for the main straight and the pit straight. As you can see, I think he'll pick up the RS. He's already made the move before the corners even happened, and I imagine that's going to be game over unless Curly has something we don't know. Maybe an extra gear, an extra bit of power. But it doesn't look like it, I'm afraid. And that's out. Position gobbled up here. I'm just looking up the order to see any more fighting. I think this block fighting for P7 right now is the closest we've got. It's really showing the different kind of styles of drivers right now. Well, I think FCT out in front, looking at Costasar, maybe sensing he's a bit vulnerable, but now Josko knows that FCT got a bad exit there, going side by side. Still going side by side for that corner. Managed to get the move, Josko does, to P5, but he does have that 3-second penalty, which will be crucial. So also Fassi managed to hold on to that 3-second penalty right now, the car in front, but it's only half a second. It's one major mistake away from just really dropping out of that 3-second range. Ironkid really pushing hard to get back up to the back of Rapid. Doesn't manage to do it that time. That's another thing he's got to worry about. If he's got Ironkid going to be sitting in the DRS, he'll go for that overtake. We've seen it already in this race. Now Mansell-Bob gets past LLCC. I'm becoming like the actual F1 directors here, camera directors. Not really picking up any of the highlights. Oh, so it looks like a little contact there into the back of Rapid's rear end is now Mr. Fassi picks up the fastest lap there. I don't think you pick up another position unless someone has a big accident. Go back to FCT. Looks like he's going to have the run on Josko here. He's done the exact same thing that Josko did to him lap ago. He's going to keep it on the inside, and Josko just going aggressive. He knew he was going to back out there, went for it, gets rewarded. Sometimes you have to be aggressive in these F2 cars. You have to be strategical in your moves here. You don't have that extra battery deployment to defend. There's now VDV coming up to the back of Marshall. You can see now you're really much more powerful with DRS because you don't have that extra bit of power from the actual battery pushing you along. And now VDV up into 7th, but does have the penalty. So I see a fight between the teammates here. There's now Brian getting up to the back of Langate. So it looks like Brian's going to have a look down the inside. Tries to, keeps her nose in, but really cuts the corner there. But now Lange picks up a 3-second penalty, so go back to VDV. So it's now another teammate on teammate action right now. She looks like Costasar might have a bit of damage on his car because he's not confident out the corners anymore. Or maybe Tyler's just caught up to him. Doesn't have DRS, so he won't be able to fight that back. Anything else? I think Iron Kid overtaking Rapids straight away there. Power DRS. Crazy. So Iron Kid's not going to get a second helping of DRS. So we just missed the move there. On Curly on Ralph. I'm pretty. Oh, yeah, Curly on Ralphie. Which now just picked up a 3-second penalty. There's only 4 cars, I should say, without penalties on track right now. Curly is actually one of them, so we'll wait and see. Love the sound of these cars. Just might be a bit tight. Man's not Bob picking up another 3-second penalty. As now, I think we'll switch to penalties. So we'll just keep our track on them. But I think Rapid is already all over the back here. I think he'll make this move way before the corner. But Anchor did slow him down enough from car out front, which is Appledorn. The helping the DRS has brought the gap a bit down now. So maybe DRS swapping between the cars is going on. It's Costasar. Go back to Costasar. Does he have enough power to get to the back of him? No. But Lange and Ralph battling, or Lange and Curly battling. Ralphie gets the position back off of Curly. Curly slots in behind, gets dragged along. So we do see Mansell Bob and LCC really fighting. Mansell Bob struggling to get the car back down on this power. VDV now picks up another 3-second penalty. FCT picks up his first penalty of the race. It's now became 3 drivers without penalties. Really coming close to the end of these laps. Everyone's squabbling for positions, really. Oh. Wonder if that's just the car going out, but we'll go back onto Iron Kid. Has he got enough time? I think he's going to have enough time, and he will just make the move into the first corner. It's Mr. Fastlane picks up another 3-second penalty. You really see Iron Kid try to stop the anchor, or stop the boat with an anchor basically at the back end, just try to slow it down as much as possible. But he is clawing his way up to the back of Appledorn right now, and I think he's closed that second up now. Maybe Appledorn's struggling with the tyres, so that's just showing you how effective DRS can really reel you back in with the car in front. I think it might be the DRS just reeling him to the back. So Rapid gets a 3-second penalty and everything's up for grabs now. These boys going on to the final lap. It's Rapid falling a little bit away from Iron Kid and Appledorn here. As Rapid, I think he's got the braking zone wrong, and he's going to lose a lot of positions there from maybe a podium into this race. It's now demoted him into P7, and he's got, surely his front wing will be broken now. Coming on to the final lap of this race as we watch FCT crawl up to the back of VDV right now. Josko's not that far ahead of him. But she has got that penalty, so it just won't help him in the end. As Rapid now finally gets past, but I'm surprised. Yeah, he is missing a front. He's missing a front end plate. It's now Curly getting out in front. Sit here and watch this battle for a little bit before we have to get back to Appledrom. I'm pretty sure you'll be Ralphie. No, the same pictures. It's not. It's just a yellow flag out in front, and I think that's Manslot Bob, who has spun the car. He's trying to get it back on track. Manages to do it. That might have just handed another place to Curly because he's not got any penalties at the end of this race. But we've got to switch up to the leader, who as soon as he got past, pulled that gap out for basically the sprint race, and he comes home way to take it. Iron Kid in a close second, then Josco in P3, that's the podium. FCT in P4, VDV in P5, but Rapid overtakes him, but Marshall overtakes him, so Marshall P5, Rapid P6, VDV P7, Costasar P8, LLCC takes the flag to get P9. As these two battling on the last corner, and I think it's going to be Curly that comes home to take P10, as Maznot Bob and P12 as Ralphie jumps him into P11. Langame P13, Passy coming over the line to take P14? Yep, P14, my intuition was correct. So we'll wait for the loading screen to read out the best. Shame for Rapid, sure for the win. It did look like that. It was just an uncharacteristic move there from Rapid, and just gets the braking zone wrong, and it just punishes him so much. But from passive was P14, then Brian P15, Vassy P16, and the two behind him did not retired from the race. So now that's the sprint done. We're on our way to the main race, a 20 lap race. For what we've seen there, I think the tyres really did die off at the end, so these boys will be thinking these super softs ain't going to last long. And it might just be a 14-6, or if they can somehow squeak another extra lap out the super soft, might be something different. But it'll be a matter of wherever you start, you got to beat the cars around you on the same tyre. So it'll be an interesting game, an interesting drive when we get to the start of this race. Is I'm gonna have a little sneak peek at their thingies. Most people starting on the super softs, maybe just to get the softer tyres a bit longer when the fuel will come down in the cars. It's just interesting. Maybe someone might go harder tyres to start with. Maybe someone takes a gamble and just all the overtaking in the latest part of this stage does guarantee free air and no fighting if you go a bit longer, but the risk is someone might just accidentally crash into you and take it out, and you've only got the super soft left, which could be a real bother around here. Because I definitely know this Mexico's going to burn these tyres into the ground. So just had a little itch of my nose. Pardon me, I'm a bit tired tonight. Not of the racing, of course, just had a long day, that's all I can say. So I'll have another check in there. Tire selection, some people have started want to go on those soft tires. I just noticed that at the end. So we'll go to the tires and we'll have a look at who's on what and what's on where. Rapid on the Super Softs, FCT on the Super Softs, LCC on the Super Softs. So it's basically the first down to sixth on Super Softs. Then you got the two cars of Marshall and Appledorn. Appledorn the sprint winner, so he feels confident on those tyres. Then from 9 down to 12, back on the Super Softs. Curley breaking them up with the softs. Langay and VDV on the Super Softs. Josko on the softs. And Passy and Cheek on the Super Softs. It's interesting to see. We'll need to have a close eye of these hard. It's weird calling the softs hard. The harder runner. Usually you only get the soft tires, but the F2 is Super Softs. It's interesting, so we've got to see what these soft runners do compared to the Super Softs, how long they go, and how long they're going to stick their neck out before they have to call it in. That is true. I remember racing with you shipping these, the F2, it's definitely you wanted to run the harder compound first, so the fuel tank didn't beat the hell out of it, but sometimes I like to go soft first, or the Super Softs first. Get them out of the way, get it over and done with, get back out in clean air, so that's what I think many people might have been thinking of actually doing, but most of the grid agreeing with that terminology there. And just go, you know what, we'll get out of the way first. We don't want to be stuck on these tyres, especially if they're going to die quickly. But as now everyone's going to be coming up to line to the grid. We're going to have to get the 5 red lights going. And it's away they go. It does look like it's a decent start from many of them. Fassy jumping LCC off the start. LCC not having the best start in the world. We'll go on board with FCT actually on boards. We'll jump off if he does try and make this move into the first corner. It looks like he is going to try and make the move, but Rapid keeping the lead there. So everyone's bunching up and bundling together. Showing you there's no pace difference. The engines don't matter, the cars are all equal performance. Don't even need to put on the slider for that. But everyone looks like they've made it through. Just looking at some of the soft runners, Marshall keeping up on his harder tyre. Compared to the other runners who have looks like they've lost positions. Definitely Appledorn has lost position because he was up there with Marshall, so all Marshall will have to do is let these other guys tow him around with the DRS, just stick with them. They're going to lose out on the tyre war at the end. You probably have the quicker tyre, you just need to stick with them. Do the best you can. But LCC, thought it was close there to DXT. Oh, just listen to the sound of these cars, man. I can't get enough of this. Oh, it looks like DXT nearly losing the car out the exit there. I'm sure LCC will try and scoop that up. He's going to have the slipstream. And I know there's no DRS, but the bad exit that DXT got and the slipstream, it looks like they're matching pace here, but he does have the inside line going into this turn. They're still going a little bit side by side into turn 2. as LCC and DXT still side by side on this lap. Onto the straight, it's going to be straight line power as Marshall's having a look now. And I think DXT's got the inside line, but LCC's still holding around. He's got the inside for this one. I didn't think he's going to make the move, and he has made the move. As now Marshall's having a go, and he gets down the inside of DXT. He's up a position, he's managed to get past. But they have lost nearly 2.5 seconds already from the top 4. Which is not going to be putting them from giving them any favours. It looks like you really need DRS to really progress up to the next car in front. But now there will be DRS, so it looks like that might have been a little bit wide from LCC there. A lot of people struggle maybe with the braking of these cars, as it looks like DXT falling down the order there. Maybe not liking the setup in the race, liking it in the quali, but not the race it looks like here. So I'm interested to watch is Marshall. It's a rocket ship in the back of that F2 car as he powers past up into P5. And the tyres, it looks like he's going to be dropping sometime, but it looks like he's holding up now with the other guys on the super softs. But I'm sure the super soft don't burn up that quickly. There's not going to be a massive change in the tyres here. As now Brian does get a 10-second penalty for pit entry. As we do have a yellow flag at the back, and it looks like it's going to be Appledorn, the sprint winner. It has spun the car, and he's just going bad from us for him. Oh, it's not. It's actually Jake who spun the car. And Jake has. I thought that was Appledorn. My mistake is he spun the car again. He just can't seem to get those tyres to really grip it at all. Hopefully no damage, and hopefully it does continue on. But we'll have a look back here as it looks like VDV and Ralphie battling down the inside. Ralphie sending it down. Just Manzelbob sounds like he just hit a brick wall there. These guys really fighting for a position. And I wonder, with a little bit of contact out in front, has it maybe helped Ralphie here in the long term? Because he does have the DRS, but I think VDV's got the less swing on the car, so it's just better than the main line straight. Looks like Ralphie's getting attacked by Josko as well on those soft tyres. Josko sending it around the outside there on both the cars. Caught a bit napping as now Jake retires from the race, and that's very unfortunate for him. But he just doesn't seem to get a hold of the car, no matter what race he did, and no matter even the qualifying, he just seemed to not put the laps together. Maybe not practicing. It's Rapid now gets a 3-second penalty and has to retire, but I think now it looks like these soft tyres are going to be quicker than the super softs. As you can see, Marshall dragging himself right up to the back of Iron Kid, to the top of these guys. Oh, he just misses out in DRS though. That could change the tide at some point. He's missing out on that DRS for one lap. But it does seem like these soft tyres are now better than the super softs. We know the softs can get 14 laps, but it does mean you would have to do the super soft for at least 4, as it looks like FCT gets overtaken by Rapid there. And I think that's just switching with the DRS. FCT not getting the best exit out of that corner as well. Really, these guys really may be struggling a little bit with tyre wear already in these cars. I think it's going to be most of the grid's first time, as it looks like Iron Kid clips the back of the, gets his braking. He just didn't expect the car in front of him to be that slow. Gets it wrong, and I think he's clipped his front wing there. And yeah, he is missing an end plate. Just gets the whole braking zone wrong. It's now LCC will be hunting him down, because he's going to be losing a lot of time into these corners right now. especially if you don't want to give away warnings. Basically, it's going to be absolutely dusted. As we're going to go back onto Marshall, who's going to have the best view is DXT now with a 3-second penalty. Oh, was Marshall nearly heading for the wall there, but he managed to save it in time. Looks like it's a decent exit from Marshall. Just holding on. Might be better for him just to not get in the slipstream, maybe just stay out of it. Keep the tyres good. As it looks like there's a car in the pits, and it looks like it is the car of VDV pitting. Is it? No, it's not pitting. It must have been slow. There must have been a bit of contact in the main straight. But we've got to stay on board with Marshall. Is he going to try and make the move on Fassi? Doesn't yet. But I imagine he'll try and make the move as soon as he possibly can. Needs to start pulling at some point. He's passing now into the pits. I'm trying to see any other close battles on behind. Doesn't look like there is, so we'll stay on. Well, DXT looks like just struggling. Struggling's not the real word, it looks like Rapid now. As soon as we go off the front runners, one of them makes a mistake at this point. And I think it's just Rapid struggling with the tyre wear now. I wonder, does anyone... What did these guys do? Pit stop wise, Curly now picks up a 3-second penalty. No one goes in for the early stop, as it looks like... Who's that going slowly in the last bit there? It looks like it's man's not Bob. Gets back onto track though, keeps going, it's now... Marshall getting past FCT. They'll be eyeing up Fassi right now. He's got the DRS advantage. The straight might not be big enough here. Someone's in the pit. Someone's slowly going down there. It's DXT actually going very slowly. I wonder if he's just got that corner wrong. You can see the grip difference in that braking zone. Roughly braking the same place, but absolutely just slowing down as there's a car around, and I think it's Appledorm. He's on the grass. He's going to make sure he rejoins safely, doesn't get in the car behind him in the way. It looks fine to me. Struggling. That's the only thing I can really say. Not liking the tyre at all. But everything does look fine here as we're on board. Lap 7. I think this is... Most people goes in. Rapid does come in. I would imagine people are going to maybe start darting in for the better tyres. As Marshall already makes the overtake going down the pit straight. Gets it done, Passy getting a 3-second penalty. So we do see Rapid LCC into the pits. We do see VDV into the pits. We do see Lange into the pits. So a lot of people choosing to stay out at this point. Do I agree with that? I don't know. But there is, it looks like a car retiring. Sorry there, I was losing a bit of focus there. Does look like there's a car retiring from the race and it's DXT. Hopefully that was in the pits if he was retiring from the race and not doing anything. I think he did do the procedure and did do it in the pits. It's already, you now see the difference between the super softs and the softs because Josko already got the grip going around the outside of Iron Kid. Just showing you the grip levels of these tyres now. Super Soft's absolutely cooked and Iron Kid knows it because he's jumping into the pits now. think he's having enough. He's already, you can see how the contrast on tyres really, because Marshall's already pulling up a gap to Mr. Fassi. The car that he already took away goes just showing you the different grip levels, but FCT and Mr. Fassi thinking they can still hold out and get the better tyres at the end than their competition that have pitted a bit early. Especially with Appledorn with his older tyres, maybe doing them a solid and holding them up, but without DRS in that straight, sometimes you're just a sitting duck. Really, and you can see how far back Iron Kid is now compared to Rapid, but that's the life you choose sometimes. So now Josko's coming up to join this party for the battle for second right now. The grip difference is just unpalpable right now. You can see Josko's getting right up to the end of their bumpers just because he has to brake. He can brake so much later, but he does touch FCT. Like he doesn't touch the wall there, but it could have been very different. Just that pit entry's a bit of a weird one, especially with these cars. Colley staying out and all that. Mr. Fassi and FCT pitting, doing their pit stop onto the soft tyres. Interesting to see where they come out of, because I'm pretty sure that was Rapid out the last corner there, setting the fastest lap of the race. Those guys still in the pits right now. As I think they're exiting now, they're definitely behind Appledorn, and I think they will be behind Iron Kid as well. Yes, Iron Kid choosing not to change his front wing, so believes the car still has enough grip without that part of his front wing. And I gotta say, credit to him, go and do it then. I think these boys, what they gotta do now is try and build that gap as big as they possibly can. These guys gotta do an offset of a lifetime. They're gonna start losing time to the cars behind them. Definitely, but they need to at this point to absolutely get flying up as FCT gets past LLCC. He gets past one of the earlier pit stoppers. We're going board with Iron Kid right now. Oh no, that's FCT, saw it. It's going to be attacking Appledorn, who pitted. He hasn't pitted. That's fine. It's confusing me. He's just heading on the same one now. Yeah, no. Yeah. So it does link up. This VDP now says the fastest lap there is. Kind of want to see what time these two are doing back here and compare it maybe to Rapid's time. See if they're still putting up decent lap times. I'm still sitting on board, but it doesn't look like Josko's taking some time out of these guys out in front. Yeah, Josko was taking a little bit of time, but we're going to watch him coming around the last corner. Let's see what time he puts down. 27.9, which is not the worst time. 27.3, so he is gaining. Did gain on that lap, Josko, so he did. So we go to Curly, see what his lap time is, and then we'll compare it to the man behind him that's chasing really these guys. He's doing the very the tyres are just dropping off a bit. So it's 26, so they're losing about a second a lap, these guys out in front. At least a second. Shit, even maybe more. But these boys probably going to hope Curly puts up a masterclass in defending. So now FCT does get past Appledorn. Finally does. So now he's got LCC behind his teammates. Fassi's, I think he's struggling a little bit overtaking here. He was up with FCT and he's just maybe don't know what's happened to him right now, but not getting back up to speed after the pit stop. As you can tell, he's already going wide there. Maybe not liking these soft tyres at all. Just try to look for a little maybe gappy poo we can find. Go back to Man's Not Bob and Lange's fight right now. Did you see Josko into the pit? So he's pulled the pin early. Try to get that undercut on Marshall, but it's going to be coming out roughly about how much is the time as we just seen Man's Not Bob get a penalty there, so probably should not have went on board with him because it's not like it. Curly jumps into the pit, so that's the defence gone. As Josko's just coming into the pit, Siren Kid's going to jump him. As FCT's going to jump him, LOC jumps him, and Appledorn is going to be close out the exit. I think Appledorn will get him though because of the speed difference. Also VDV gets weak him out absolutely nowhere. And we got to say Marshall was about, I think he's will come out roughly about FCT area. FCT maybe LOC area. So it's really just needs to start pumping out the laps, so pit early. He might just pit in this lap actually. Maybe to react and cover off Josko is going to be on those super softs. As he does come in, he does react. I'm pretty sure that will be everyone on the done their one and final stop. We'll go back to Ranked and FCT are really battling for this position on track, really. He's coming around the final corner. Marshall coming out of the pits. We'll actually sit on board with Iron Kid, see where he comes out at. He comes out right beside these two. And it's not that far away from these guys fighting. He's on the fresher tyres now. He's done that superbly, so has Marshall. But he's gone now. Absolutely, he's either A, got to look after these tyres for a bit and then stop pushing, or B, he's got to push straight away and get within that penalty the guys have in front. Keeping the naughty way, but showing you the little bit of time the two cars had between each other. Man, a whole lot there, because now Josko's got roughly another 2 laps, or 2 cars to overtake, then Marshall really. That's not even including Marshall himself, who's going to be on the better tyre. Better dear. Oh, on board of VDV, it looks like it's closing in on LLCC. I haven't been really keeping my eye on him, but he's been seeming to push himself up, stay under the radar. Maybe just try to avoid my curse, could be said. But we'll go back up to these guys, because Marshall's going to have a way better exit than the cars out in front. You can see them a bit of weaving down the straight to try and break the toe from each other. So Marshall's going to do the sensible game, just sit back and maybe let them try and hit each other. They seem to be keeping respectful as now VDV gets past LCC. He's 2 seconds off with that fight. But now LCC's got to walk behind him because now Josko's coming through. There's 2 lap old super softs. It's interesting to note. But we've got to stay on board with these guys fighting for these podiums here. Marshall needs to make this overtake done sooner rather than later, on one of them at least. As it looks like there's a yellow flag out behind, and I think it's for Man's Not Bob. He's managed to keep it going. Nearly loses the car again. It could be hard to try and get these cars back under control. You can sit on board with Marshall's very close to Iron Kid right now. Not getting the better exit than Iron Kid out that last corner, but he is way closer. Really showing you the difference between wings. It's also, Iron Kid does have a broken end plate as well, so LLCC still holding on to the back of ADV. He's not letting him run away from him. Thought we were going to see a move from Iron Kid there. Which I think now Marshall's got to be a bit more. He's got to have a bit more fight. He's got to have to make the move sooner rather than later if he wants to try and close that gap in before those super softs become old and ragged. Old and raggy. We've already seen at the start how bad those super softs turned out to be at one point. But it just might be Iron Kid with his broken front wing. He's got the straight line speed he needs to really keep the car behind. See, we'll go back onto Iron Kid, just getting that boost down that main straight. It's just not working out at all for him. And I wonder if he just can't get past these two. I mean, it's leaning more and more to Rapid right now. The more this race goes on, the more of these guys, the more Marshall doesn't get past really. The more it just favours him. He's got the fresher tyres. He did the opposite strat, but it just seemed he can't get past these two cars. Just how the circumstances are. It's Iron Kid. It's got a little bit of his front wing missing, so he sits further back with these corners because he just doesn't have the downforce at the front of the car. But he does look a lot closer now. Way closer than he has ever been from that last corner. So we'll see him chasing FCT down. I think he's going to make the move done before that corner. But this is where Iron Kid will get. He has to take it very slow here. Helped by the DRS again. But it's lap 18 of a 20 lap race, and honestly, they need to start making the move sooner rather than later. This man's not bobbing, someone else got a 3-second penalty. We'll jump back to this little battle behind. The other super soft runner just seemingly can't get past either. The yellow flag is out, yellow flag is out, and I think it's for Man's Not Bob. He's managed to get the car going again. Surely there's not enough time for a safety car, so it will be just straight racing to the lights out. So there's a lapped car there. And it is Curly. Right? No, it's Iron Kid. I thought it was a lap, but no, it is Iron Kid. Looks like it is Marshall absolutely storming up to the back of him. It's a yellow flag out in front. I mean, that's bad, it's not Bob again, it's just spun. But it looks like he has a good run on him. Run here, Marshall, he does. Oh, his FCT absolutely flings it, nearly hits the back. It's also FCT's missing a front end plate. I wonder if that's helping his straight line speed at some points. Just see another yellow flag. I'm pretty sure that's for Passy right now. But we are coming up to the last bit of this race. As Iron Kid now gets a 3-second penalty. So he will be fighting FCT for that last spot. Or he might actually just lose it because VDV's here now. He's appeared out of nowhere, so he has. This could be a last minute battle for second place. Even these guys are still battling for a place on the podium. If they can pull away in time and the two cars are right behind, why not? As Iron Kid goes very defensive, moves straight away for the inside, holds the outside line. FCT's going to absolutely bruise the anchor there, but just Iron Kid managing to send it around the outside, holds it there for a minute. There's a second braking zone. Iron Kid gets a little bit wobbly out of the exit here. He's going to hold the inside, moves back across to his braking marker, manages to hold the position on for a little bit longer. It's also Marshall manages to hold his position. As now Josko gets a 3-second penalty. Everything's kicking off in this final lap. But look how close FCT is getting to the back of Iron Kid, and he looks very close right now. If he has to make the move, he's got to make it now. And he does, looks down the inside, and he spins! And he loses those positions, but we've got to go to the leader, as I'm pretty sure Rapid's going to come home and take the checker flag and takes the race win. Iron Kid second on track, but he's going to lose the position. Who to? And I think it's just going to be Marshall. As they nearly dragged it to the line, it is Marshall in second, VDV in third. That is the podium. Iron Kid in fourth had a strong race, but the penalty just hurt him in the end. Josko in fifth, FCT in sixth. Had that last minute move, but it just didn't work out. LOCC in seventh, Cortasar in eighth, Fassi in ninth, Ralphie in 10th, that's the top 10, Langier 11th, Carly in 12th, Appledorm in P13, I'm pretty sure. Carly does come on P12. Appledorm comes home P13, unserved penalty, 10 seconds. And I'm pretty sure Passy will be P14. Man's Not Bob in P15, Brian in P16, and two cars that did retire from the race. So that will be it for this race. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little bit different from what we usually do in the F1 cars. But next time we will be at, let me have a look at the calendar. My throat is dry right now. We will be in Australia. So take care and it's bye from me.